Last night, our chief investigative reporter.
Florida Governor Ron DeSantis urged the Walt Disney Co. to drop its lawsuit against him while telling CNBC that he has moved on from his battle with the company and that it should drop the lawsuit against him. Why is it written like this? Wait. Dude, the title of this makes it so funny because it's like oozing with desperation. Doubling down on the urge the company to drop the lawsuit against him. Writing that twice makes it so funny because it's like they're making sure you know he requested it. Yeah, they're like, please, I'm urging you to drop the lawsuit against me, please. I'm not mad anymore, please. Here it is. Here's
the race for next year definitely heating up. Our Brian Sullivan sat down with Florida governor and presidential candidate Ron DeSantis earlier this morning and is going to have a lot more tonight. Hey, Brian.
Carl, thanks very much. Yeah, we just wrapped up about a 30-minute long interview with the governor and obviously GOP hopeful Ron DeSantis at the governor's mansion right here behind us in Tallahassee, Florida. It was a very wide-ranging interview, kind of got into it a little bit about all CNBC topics, economy, taxes, China, whatever. But we also, of course, had to address the issue of Disney and his very public fight with the company. And I asked him just directly, have you or would you just give Disney CEO Bob Iger a call?
No one has made Disney more money recently than me because during COVID, they were open in Florida. They were locked shut in California. We said we want you guys to operate because we understood how important it was that their cast members in Central Florida had the ability to make ends meet. And in fact, when Disney closed their parks, I didn't tell them to close. They did it voluntarily. We got all their employees' information. We ran them through unemployment. We helped them stay afloat until they could open again.
You got a beautiful desk back over there. Want to pick up the phone today, give Bob Iger a call, and if so, what would you say?
Well, here's the deal.
Because he wasn't even CEO when this happened.
No, I know, but
that other guy got booted. Bob Chapek.
No, I know. But here's the deal. I would just say two things. Apart from Florida, Disney's had a lot of problems, and I think that the skirmish they got in with these young kids, I think that's a symptom of why they're not doing as well, because I think parents have lost some confidence that this is a company that's really speaking to what they want, the way it had been traditionally. So I would just say, just as a...
I'm sorry. I fucking told you. Okay? I fucking told you.
A parent, look, my wife and I, we got married at Walt Disney World, okay? And so it's...
I told you, dude. I told you that this was so stupid that he was just going nutty with it for no reason. I fucking told you. I mean, yeah, he's a Disney millennial, which makes it even funnier. But, like, I told you, who is this for is the question you have to ask when a politician does something. If you are a Republican, you are never supposed to go after a major corporation. Doesn't matter if they're not paying into your campaign. Your principle for the culture wars being your major point of contention is so that you help big corporations when you deregulate, and people don't pay attention to that. You never use the culture war to go after big corporations, you fucking idiot. Same with Budweiser. Remember when Budweiser was in the crosshairs during the Dylan Mulvaney saga, and at RNC or CPAC, one of those, they actually had like an anti-Bud Light meme that they posted on their social account only to immediately delete it? You know why they deleted that? Because Anheuser-Busch is a massive donator to the Republican Party. Fucking idiots. You're so stupid.
It's not like we're opposed. I mean, we've appreciated working with them over the years. But I would just say, go back to what you did well. I think it's going to be the right business decision and all that. But where we are today, we've basically moved on. They're suing the state of Florida. They're going to lose that lawsuit. So what I would say is drop the lawsuit. You have the state that even CNBC ranks as #1 of all 50 states for
Yeah, yeah. Just drop the lawsuit, please. Just drop the lawsuit. What's up? You want to take her? No, you don't want to take her? Oh, well, she got excited. Now she got excited. You got her excited. You got to take her outside at least. Look at that. Look at that. She's sitting down. Sitting down looking right at you. Wagging her little tail. Well, big tail. Like, come on, please stop suing me, Disney. Don't do it. Ah! He's such a fucking idiot, dude. Oh, God, it's awesome.
Economy, we lead.
You're such a stinker getting Murad to do it? No, it's my mom. She loves it. She loves taking Kaya out. She's just leaving right now.
The nation in new business formations. Unemployment is incredibly low.
Yeah, it's like exactly. Drop the lawsuit because you're going to lose probably. Please. This is literally the hold me back. Oh, man, if my homies weren't holding me back, I'd beat the shit out of you right now. But against Disney. Hold me back, Disney.
Oh, great fiscal posture. People are bringing capital into Florida. This is a great place to do business. Your competitors all do very well here. Universal SeaWorld, they have not had the same special privileges as you have. So all we want to do is treat everybody the same and let's move forward. I'm totally fine with that, but I'm not fine with giving extraordinary privileges, to one special company at the exclusion of everybody else.
How is Trump's Truth Social post not a direct threat to the lieutenant governor of Georgia? It is. It just is. You have to also understand, like, at a certain point,
Yo, what's good?
He just doesn't care about doing illegal shit. Like, it's just the crime. Like, he's doing the crime. Kind of not dissimilar to when he did the crime originally, where he was basically like, I need 11,780 votes. One more than we need. One more than we have right now. Like, I don't know. I don't think he cares. Anyway, here is Ron DeSantis.
Would you consider cuts to entitlement, though? Would you consider raising retirement ages? Would you consider things like means testing for Social Security?
So everybody who is getting the Social Security.
Trump has been ripping into little Rhonda, saying that little Rhonda wants to cut entitlement, wants to cut Social Security, wants to take away your Medicare. Straight up. This is something that evet, of course. Yok çıkacağım. Ne zaman geri geleceksin? Hold on.
Medicare, those promises have been made. Those promises are going to be kept. I don't think this idea that people say, the Republicans want to take away people's, that's not going to happen. It's important. I mean, we have
guarantee it's not going to happen. Guaranteeing it on camera, CNBC.
Yeah. For the elderly or people near retirement, we're going to meet those obligations. I mean, my grandmother lived till 91. That was her sole source of income was Social Security. And if you look now, there's
remember, it's important to take note of this because. It's important to take note of this. The fact that Donald Trump is running to the left of Rhonda is interesting. Okay? Think about that. He just straight up is running on protecting Social Security entitlements. Wild. Little Rhonda is such a institutional Republican cretin that he has a hard time just straight up being like, no, of course not. Of course I'm not going to take people's Social Security away.
Millions and millions of seniors out there where that's their sole source. In an inflationary era, that's really problematic because they do get a COLA, but the COLA is not enough to keep up. Yeah, the cost of living adjustment. So that's just that. And then, of course, in Florida, we have a lot of seniors. Now, here's the thing with the retirement age. When it was created in the 30s, life expectancy was a lot different. But what's happened in the last 5 or 6 years is life expectancy in the United States has gone down, and it's gone down.
A lot of that was a COVID reaction.
Some of it, but I think some of it was. I think it started before COVID, and I think it's continued even here afterwards. I think it's more than just COVID. I mean, I think that there's deaths of despair. I think you have drugs.
Well, we've seen over 100,000 drug overdoses.
Yes. So I think it's hard to say
Drop the suit clip. We already watched it.
Got a beautiful desk back over there. Want to pick up the phone today, give Bob Iger a call, and if so, what would you say?
Well, here's the deal.
Because he wasn't even CEO when this happened.
No, I know, but
that other guy got booted. Bob Chapek.
No, I know. But here's the deal. I would just say two things. Apart from Florida, Disney's had a lot of problems, and I think that the skirmish they got in with these young kids, I think that's a symptom of why they're not doing as well. Because I think parents have lost some confidence.
He's just like, I've never heard Ron DeSantis actually give you the deal after saying, here's the deal. He always goes off on like a 35-second to a minute-long tangent until finally giving you the deal, the goods. Okay? He's like, here's the deal. Okay? Walt Disney was created in a very different time and place, and the mentality surrounding it was incredible. I mean, after all, I was the one who got married at Disneyland, Disney World. I always got them confused. It's crazy.
Take military action against Taiwan. I'm going to ask you that as a former naval officer. And if so, what's our proper response economically? Because to your point, they do manufacture most of our pharmaceuticals, the critical minerals that we need for electric car batteries, personal protective equipment, to your point, Governor.
So would they do it? Xi would do it if he thinks they could get away with it. And so what do we need to do? Our policy needs to be one that will deny their ability to do that and deter them from wanting to do it. If he thinks that they are going to end up buying more problems than they're solving by invading, they will not do it. Right now, we don't have an adequate defense posture in the Indo-Pacific to be able to deter it. I think if you look at the Biden administration, you listen to people like Janet Yellen, they're living in a different reality than I think where most people are on this.
What's that reality?
Well, I think
what's wrong with it?
I think they think that that China's just like, that this is kind of like a healthy competition, and that's not how I would view it. I would view them as an adversary, and I think that doesn't mean you don't deal with them. Of course, you got to deal with a lot of people, but that is not the direction we need to go. And so, if you look at our defense posture, we really still are stuck in Europe being the primary theater of our concern, and that was understandable after World War II because you had the Cold War and all that, of course. But now the Indo-Pacific really needs to be our top concern because the China threat is so much more significant than I think any other threat that we face. And that's going to require more hard power. Yes, more naval power. We have like 280 ships right now in our Navy. Ronald Reagan in the 80s, he had it almost up to 600 ships. So we need to do more in terms of a naval buildup, all with an eye to projecting power in the Indo-Pacific. I think you can deter China. I think time is running out to do it, but I think we can do it.
I don't think it's any different than I don't think this is any different than anything else that you would hear from any other Republican. Like, Lamau, while I don't have a problem with it, Biden definitely has been very hawkish on China, both militarily and otherwise. Little Rhonda is just making shit up now. Yeah, every Democrat and every Republican is going to have a severely anti-China posture. So it just doesn't really change anything. I don't know from where I'm standing. Is this DeSantis a new team speaking? I mean, a lot of the stuff that he says about, foreign policy is going to be the same. That part is not going to be any different than anybody else. The lawsuit is specific to Little Rhonda because he very specifically is fucked up on that front. Anyway, I'm going to move on from Little Rhonda as well. There's a lot to cover still. Dave Chappelle will never stop. We'll do that later. Oh, here's a leaked audio of Matt Walsh from the Surfs. I don't know. Is this real, chat?
The culture with him.